You are welcome back to our channel. Shall we continue the conversation we started? In this ending and concluding part, we have two amazing working moms who have volunteered their time and experiences to teach us or show us what it really is to be a working mom. I hope you've learned a thing or two thus. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this final part.
Hello, my name is Adora Peters Onu. I'm a mother of two. I'm a nurse, midwife, public health nurse, a critical care nurse by profession.
My name is Aneke Ada, mom of 4. I'm a teacher by profession and also married.
Well, yes, I chose to be a working mom, yes.
Of course, I chose to be a working mom.
Because I love my job, and the course I studied was actually a call. I was called to be a nurse. I didn't choose nursing. Nursing chose me. So I don't want anything to get in the way. I have to work because I have passion for my work, for my job. So I have to find a way to blend everything, family life and work. I have to find a way to make it work. So I chose to be a working mom.
I've always worked since I was 12. So I'd always loved to work.
I'm working for both the money and the satisfaction. Reason being that, man, the kind of satisfaction I get from my job is priceless, you know, helping people get well, assisting them through the period of illness and all that. Then, yes, I work for the money because, of course, I have to make ends meet now, you know, be able to afford everything I need. And yes, I'm working for both the money and the satisfaction, yes.
Both. I'm working for money and I'm also working for satisfaction. My job is a very passionate one. So you have to be passionate to work or to be good in the kind of job I have. So I'm working for both the satisfaction and also for the money.
Okay, I have a living nanny for the kids. Yes, I'm working, but there's no excuse for not being able to carry out my motherly responsibility or my wifely responsibility because, in fact, well, I find a way. I have a living nanny that helps out while I focus on my job and also study too. And I find a way. I make an intentional effort to spend time with my family, my children especially. Spend time with them, teach them, and also teach the nanny how to groom them too on my behalf. Yeah.
I have someone who stays with me. One of my children, actually, she's my ward and she helps out in some of the chores at home.
Oh, the best thing about being a working mom is you get to go out, see the world, and you come back tired, too tired to even notice anybody trying to be annoying. So the good thing about being a working mom is you go out, you see things, and then you learn, and then just be happy.
Best thing about being a working mom is as a teacher, I get to teach my children as well. So I learn a lot of things that I can also impact in my children. So for me, that's the best thing about being a working mom.
The downside of being a working mom is, if not for God, you know, you hire people, strangers to come and work in your house. If not for God, I don't know. The downside is that if you eventually hire a bad person in your home and you're working, you are not in the house, a lot can happen. So I envy stay-at-home mom, man, because they give their children everything.
Well, the disadvantage is that you get to miss out in a lot of things, activities, especially when it's during the hours where you are at work. So the kids probably may have something to do in their schools and then you get to miss out in some of those activities. That is just the disadvantage for me.
Yes, I have a lot of working mom friends.
I hardly have keep friends, but I have colleagues who are working mom.
I also have a lot of stay-at-home mom friends too.
I do have, yes, please, I do have.
Well, my relationship with both is the same. I have working moms as friends. I have stay-at-home moms as friends. We meet at birthday parties and we talk about our challenges and how we overcome them. Man, both of them are challenging. Whether you're a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, they have their own challenges. So I view them as super moms because they even do more work. They're not working, but they're doing more work. They're almost doing the same work sef. You go out and come in, you work. They at home 24/7, working every now and then. So I don't view them separately. The only thing is that, okay, well, sometimes I tell them that you're very lucky. At least you don't get to stress yourself. You just stay at home. But man, even the staying at home self is stressful. So man, anyone you find yourself in is perfect. It's okay.
I do not keep friends. I just have my colleagues, so I probably relate with them at work. So I do not have, for now, anyone I relate with outside my working environment. Truthfully, that's it. Once I get to work, next thing is family, and it's usually very difficult. I hardly have friends except my colleagues. So, and I'm very focused when it comes to managing the family and then working. So I put all my efforts in that, or in those areas of my life, and then going to church. That's it. So friendship is usually with my colleagues and then my old school mates, and they're not even around me. You know, old school mates, when we all grow, we go to different places and different ways. So I don't know if it's normal to not keep friends, but I think you've seen one abnormal person who hardly keep friends.
Well, I wouldn't say I socialize less. I'm a very social person. I like to go out. I like to hang out. But because I'm a working mom, it's reduced. It would have been much more than, my social life would have been much better than this if I was a stay-at-home mom. But because of work and because I have to spend time with my children, okay. So we hang out together. I hang out with the children. I hang out with everybody when I have the time. So yes, my social life is reduced just a little.
No, so keeping friends actually is different from socializing. Socializing is when you find yourself in a public environment. I think how you relate with people is what makes you social. So yes, I socialize very well. When I see people, we interact positively, and then we get to a conclusion in a very good and positive way. So yes, I can say that I socialize very well.
My relationship with my spouse is okay. Yes, we are doing well. The job is not getting in the way. I try my best to fulfill my responsibilities and create a balance, balance it out by the grace of God.
Very perfect, fantastic. We understand each other. You know, one thing about marriage is understanding. When you have understanding, you can go a very long way in the journey. Marriage is a journey, so we understand each other, and our relationship is very perfect.
He's indifferent about it, but he always tells me whatever you want, whatever you want. So he's very supportive. He supports me, at least when I'm on night shift, the most challenging shift. When I'm on night shift, he's the one at home, waking them up to wee in the night. He's the one that sleeps with them in the night and all that. He's very encouraging. He has been very encouraging. And he knows I have passion for my job, so he encourages me every step along the way.
Yes, I have a very supportive partner, actually, yes. He encourages me with anything that I feel is good for me. Anything I feel is good for me, he encourages me to do it. So sometimes he can say, oh, if this work is very stressful, why don't you just stay at home? And sometimes he will be like, okay, just try, you can do this, I trust you, my wife, you have you have the zeal. Just he's very supportive. That's all I can say. Very supportive and encouraging.
Oh, we both work, so it's not equal. It's not equal, though. No, it's not equal. But he's trying his best, and I'm also trying my best, and we're making it work in the best that we can.
I mentioned earlier that I have a very supportive partner. Yes, he is very, very involved in everything that has to do with raising the kids, doing the homeworks, doing the house chores, sometimes assisting me in dropping off the kids in school, and the rest of them. Yes, he's very involved.
No, nobody makes me feel guilty. Except when I went for a course, my baby was just 2 weeks old, and I carried baby to go for a course concerning my career. I felt guilty. Nobody made me feel guilty, but I felt guilty by myself. But then it paid off. I went for the course, everything was fine, nothing went wrong, and I thank God for that.
Well, I haven't had such scenario where someone did that to me, or someone said I'm not, because I try to cover up all the loopholes and cracks. I make sure my children are well fed. I take care of them. Their clothes are always neat, and I, try to provide for them the much I can, my little way.
A month before my resumption, I was already feeling the heat, because I practiced exclusive breastfeeding. So I was wondering, and I didn't want to carry baby to work because of the nature of my workplace. So I had to start calculating and start practicing how I'm going to do it when work starts. But to the glory of God, when I resumed, my work people were very supportive. My colleagues were very supportive. At least they allow me come to work when I can, and they put me on a shift that will be easy for me, and they allow me to go home early to breastfeed my child when the milk I left at home finishes. So it was, of course, I felt the work was too much. It was stressful, but we conquered it.
It's usually very stressful. My workplace do not grant a long-term holiday, maternity leave. So we get back to work after 6 weeks. So sometimes I have breast engorgements, where the baby is at home and then needs to be fed, and then I'm at work. So to cut the long story short, it's very, very, very tedious and hectic for me.
They were so supportive. They made life easy for me. In fact, we help each other, because what goes around comes around. I'm the one resuming from maternity leave, might be another person, so we just help each other at work. Yeah, so I still feel supported, because after my maternity leave, I resumed, and I did not start night shifts until my baby was 1 year old.
Because I work in a school environment, sometimes I can bring my baby over, so that way I get to feed her and then take care of her and see that she's okay. So yes, I'm supported.
My priority is making heaven. My priority is God as a person. Then as a parent, my priority is raising my kids raising my kids in the fear of God. Because if I don't raise my kids right, I am doomed. In fact, I'm a failure if I'm not able to raise my kids right. There is no excuse for raising a wrong child. If I have to read, if I have to study, if I have to pray for God to help me, then I'll do it. So my priority as a mother is to raise good children and to love them. As a worker, is to be the best that I can at my workplace, improve in myself, develop myself, go for trainings if I have to, just to make sure I deliver very well at work.
As a person, I love myself. And remember, the Bible says you have to love yourself before you can love your neighbor, and then love your neighbor as yourself. So you have to love yourself first. So I love myself. So I take care of myself first. That way, I can love others, love my family, love my work, love the kids I teach. So yes, my priority as a person is that I love myself. My priority as a mom, right, is that I take care of my children. I make sure all the basic necessities of life I give it to them. I try to provide all the basic necessities of life to them. They come first whenever, before anyway, I've mentioned that I do not have friends. So calling me out sometimes for a get together may not be possible when the kids need my attention. So that is my priority as a mom. In school, I make sure I give in my best to my kids. I love children and I love my kids at school, at my workplace. So I give in my best in terms of tutoring them, in terms of taking care of them, in terms of teaching them emotional and social education. So I try to give in my best.
No, I don't. I don't, because I'm intentional about spending time with my kids and my family as a whole. You know, no matter how busy I get, somewhere in my subconsciousness, I know I have to do this, I have to do that. So I create a balance. I create a balance so I don't feel that guilt.
I don't. I feel like I give my children all that is to give them. So I don't. And thank God for my job is very, very time convenient. So I get to have enough time to do my work and also take care of my family.
I am not a stay-at-home kind of person. I love to go out. And then in the career I found myself, I can't even stay at home. Even when I decide to stay at home, people will still come for medical treatments in my house and all that. So my kind of person, if I stay at home, I will not be fulfilled. That's just me. It doesn't mean that stay-at-home moms are, I don't know, but for me, my kind of person, I can't stay at home. If you tell me to stay at home, you are punishing me. You are looking for my trouble because I cannot. It's not my kind of thing. It's not my kind of thing at all.
No, I wouldn't, because like I mentioned earlier, I'm an extrovert. And I can't be in a place where I do not have someone to talk to. I do not have people to laugh with and discuss with. And walking is really something that I enjoy doing. So no, I wouldn't want to opt for a stay-at-home mom.
It's challenging being a working mom or a career mom, but then it's something that is doable. No, these days, both partners work and take turns in taking care of the children, and life has made it kind of easy now. So I advise anybody that is planning to become a working mom, go right ahead. You can do it. You can do it. And God will help you create a balance. Just ensure that you spend time with your family. Ensure you have a priority, and ensure that to the best of your ability, you create a balance.
My advice for someone who wants to become a working mom is to check if you can handle the stress that comes with working and taking care of the family. Are you sure you are going to be able to take care of the home and also work? Working is very stressful. Number two, you have to be passionate about the job. If it's not something you love, please do not do that, because it's going to stress you out and it's going to get you tiring. Number three, you have to have a supportive husband. Do you have a supportive husband? Do you have a husband who is willing to direct you, teach you, and guide you? If you're a single mom, you have to have a support system, someone who can guide you, and also someone who can be there for you when you need your children or child to be attended to. Thank you for having me.